Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to talk about who will the Los Angeles Clippers sign in free agency. So before we start today's video, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Who do you guys think the Los Angeles Clippers should sign in free agency? So let's get into today's video and let's talk right about it. So yes, it's always interesting when we get to this time of year. And I know a lot of people have a lot of differing opinions on what the Los Angeles Clippers should do. They have Paul George, Kawhi Leonard as a player option now with his injury. I assume he's going to accept it. I'm going to go with that. Marcus Morris, Pat Bev, Luke Kennard, Serge Ibaka, Zubac, Rajon Rondo, Yogi Ferrell, Terrence Mann, and Daniel Atura all under contract. With Patrick Patterson, Nicholas Batum. I don't even think Patrick Patterson's on their team anymore, but Nick Batum, Reggie Jackson, and DeMarcus Cousins all being free agents, and Coffee and Scrubs also being free agents should probably be brought back. But I digress. Let me hear those thoughts right now down below. What do you guys think the Los Angeles Clippers are going to do this year in free agency? So now you look at this team, what should they do? Okay, I have them going in the draft getting Usman Garuba falling to them. Maybe that's a little low for Usman, but I think if Usman's there, they're going to take Usman Garuba. So that's my thoughts, my sentiments. And I look at this and I think, hey, they need some athleticism. And yes, they could end up trading away Patrick Beverly, which I think they should. And either way, if they don't trade him away, I think a guy like Ish Smith, who is somebody I think has completely been underrated. He's gotten better every season. He's 33, doesn't play like it. He plays so good. He comes in and plays high efficient minutes. This year, he shot 36.7%. Two years in a row where he shot 36.7%, 44% from the field. And this year he had 7 points. The year before he had 11 points a game. He's a guy who'll give you between 4 and 5 assists a game, a steal game, half a block a game, and almost 4 rebounds a game in like 20 minutes a night. 25 minutes a night. He's perfect for them, and he's one of the most unselfish players, and I think he would just fit what they're doing so well. And Ty Lue would love a guy like him, especially that Ty Lue was a guy who loved playing Matthew Dellavedova. So with that being said, yeah, like definitely if he is available right there, I think for sure Ish Smith, if he doesn't sign with anyone else, he should be someone to go for. And I know this, people might not agree with this, but I think a guy like Derrick Jones Jr., who might accept his option or he might decline it, I think he should decline it so a team like the Los Angeles Clippers could benefit from him. He was a guy who was on the Miami Heat team that went to the finals, and I think he's a great player who he can defend every single position, okay? And right now, you're going to probably play next year small forward Paul George, and point guard be a rotation of Rajon Rondo, Pat Bev, and to get Ish Smith, Yogi Ferrell, and Terrence Mann. And also, then Terrence Mann is probably going to rotate with Luke Kennard. And I guess in this case, I have them drafting. I'm like blanking on who I have them drafting. Usman Garuba. So, like, you know, you could also have Paul George moving into shooting guard because then Marcus Morris could play power forward, and small ball 5. And you have Ish Smith right there, I told you, in the point guard position. Then you bring in Derrick Jones Jr., who could play the small forward, power forward position. Sometimes have Paul George as small forward and Derrick Jones at the power forward position, Marcus Morris at the center for small ball stuff, or if you keep Nico Batum, if you can. I don't think so. You got to bring back Reggie Jackson because then Reggie Jackson would be your shooting guard. Have to try to keep Reggie Jackson because then Reggie Jackson would be your starting shooting guard, rotated with Luke Kennard, who wasn't great, but you got to keep him because he's young and he's a good shooter, and just like it's better than what you could get in return for him, in my opinion. But yeah, so like there, Serge and Pat should probably be traded. Maybe even Marcus Morris because they're overpaying him. Maybe, I don't even know what's the right value for players anymore. But I think a guy definitely like Derrick Jones Jr., who I think is somebody who's underrated. He had 7 points a game last year, 3.5 rebounds, about an assist a game, almost shot 50% from the field, 32% from 3. yeah, the 3-point shot isn't there, but like he's such a versatile defender who'll give you about a block and a steal a game. Okay, and even in his best years with Miami Heat, he's a guy who doesn't give you like 10 points, but he's a Swiss Army knife, and that's what they need. We see all these guys. He could play that Jay Crowder, Torrey Craig, PJ Tucker role for teams. I really do believe. Just tell him to bulk up or maybe a little bit more, and I don't know. I really do believe that this could help us right there. Not us because the Clippers aren't my team, but other things I've heard, like they have a $5.89 million taxpayer exception, and I think they could split that up with Derrick Jones Jr. getting, 2.9, and you also give 2.9 to somebody like Ish Smith. I mean, Devontae Graham is going to cost more than that. Maybe you can get TJ McConnell from somebody. I doubt it. Derrick Rose can cost more than that, and Patty Mills probably would cost that much. But if he does cost that much, it's because he's going to stay with the Sacramento Kings. I don't see, the Clippers being able to get somebody like that. I mean, they deserve. But yeah, so I want to hear your guys' opinions down below. If you're the Clippers, what would you guys be doing? Who should they be targeting? Okay, I think for them, they need to move some contracts around. They need to do some little magic. You know what I mean? I'm not good at the book stuff because obviously that's why I'm a journalism major. Try to do the least amount of math as freaking possible, guys. But yeah, no, like legitimately, I think the Clippers, they need to solve the point guard position. The point guard position is awful, okay? And if they can solve the point guard position, I think things might go smooth sailing from there. But everything's like everything's interesting. It's all a toss up. And I don't know if you guys just heard my boy just being loud as fuck. But yeah, no, so like there you go. I don't even fucking know what we're gonna do from there. Yeah, that's all. I'm blowing your guys' time. I'm lost right here. I'm actually editing something for another video as we speak, so sorry. But yeah, I'm at a very, very loss of words, so let me hear your thoughts down below, guys. Peace out. I gotta milk this for a few more seconds, so we're gonna talk about the fact that, yeah, I think the Clippers need to solve the point guard position and just get depth at the wing position. I mean, the center by committee, like if Ibaka is healthy and Zubac is fine, then small ball you go with Morris and hopefully maybe Daniel Turo can make a freaking impact. But when you look at the rest of the team, okay, this is a team that they probably need to just get the rest of the team figured out depth wise because it's not freaking good. Okay, so what would I do? I think it would be find something, a player that they can use or something. But yeah, that's it, guys. Depth guys, they need depth guys. They don't have much money. They need to move some money around, and that's the honest truth. So yeah. So let me hear your thoughts down below, guys. That's it from me. Puppies. Oh.